Hello, it's Adam and Sam from Cultaholic here with a lovely afternoon dose of wrestling news. How about that weather, eh, Sam?
Yeah, it's great.
It's really beautiful outside. Let's get straight into the news. First up, we have an update to Daniel Bryan's injury and his impending return to SmackDown Live. Next up, we have backstage news to Vince's reaction to Luke Harper's requested release. And finally, we have all of the NXT spoilers from last night's tapings at Full Sail University. So first off, as we all know, Daniel Bryan has not been seen on WWE TV since his match against Kofi Kingston at WrestleMania, and he's been out with an injury, and we don't know what it is.
No, it's quite worrying, really, when you consider Daniel Bryan's road to this point.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he has a huge history of concussion issues, and also we all know about Daniel Bryan's history with injury and his time off. And WWE have kept their cards very close to their chest on this one, which has made it even more worrying. There's been speculation this could be it for Daniel Bryan.
Hopefully.
But good news! We have very good news, as reported by the Wrestling Observer newsletter. We don't know what the issue was, so that's still unconfirmed, but Bryan was at TV in Columbus, Ohio recently and medically cleared and will be written back into the storylines perhaps as soon as next week, which is wonderful.
Yeah, it's great. It just, it's a shame because things have had to change around the fact he's been off, and what's he going to do now he's back? How are they going to reintroduce him? How are they going to do all of this?
That's a fair point. I mean, It's been reported that Kevin Owens and his heel turn, which came so soon after his return in his very short babyface run, was because Daniel Bryan was unavailable. He hadn't been medically cleared. And you know what? I'm excited by Kofi versus Kevin.
Yeah.
Money in the Bank. I think that's going to be great. I'm invested in that storyline. But Daniel Bryan, for me, has been the most entertaining part of SmackDown now for several months since his heel turn.
Definitely. I mean, the heel turn is just like, it was an entire new face to the character, and I think everybody's enjoyed it. There's not been really any negative blowback on it at all. It's been great. It was
the right time to do it, and week in, week out, Daniel Bryan had been giving us some of the best promos of his career.
Yeah.
Some of the best character work of his career.
I mean, the belt alone.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
It was all fantastic stuff. It led to a great moment at WrestleMania with Kofi. Everything was looking wonderful, and it's been a worrying few weeks to be a wrestling fan just after that match. It was a pretty intense match. We don't know what the situation is with his injury as far as what it was, but it's very reassuring to hear that he was backstage at this week's SmackDown tapings. He's going to be coming back soon. Who knows where he'll come back? There's time to insert him into a triple threat match.
Yeah, potentially, but you've got to do it very carefully.
Absolutely. And yeah, I mean, what else can you say? It's great to hear that Daniel Bryan is medically cleared. Next up, we have an update on Luke Harper. Of course, requested his release from the WWE. He took to social media, made it very clear that he was unhappy in the company. He wanted to go elsewhere. That release was not granted, and we now have an update on Vince's reaction to that release. So Harper made that request. Vince let him know in writing that he absolutely would not release him.
Yeah.
He was reportedly earmarked to be working a program with Sami Zayn after Sami's return, but after Vince saw him at WrestleMania Access, combined with the fact that apparently a few years ago he was unable to do a southern accent.
This is the thing that confuses me the most, the southern accent thing.
So there was a character in mind. They wanted him to do a southern accent for him, and he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And because of that, Vince soured on him.
It's stuck in Vince's craw, yeah.
Yeah, and this is apparently 4 years ago.
Yeah.
But this has obviously been playing on Vince's mind,
well,
apparently.
His entire time off with injury, apparently he was pitching things that just got shot down again and again and again and again.
Yes, everything that he came to them with, which is such a shame because he's an incredible character.
Yeah.
He's so good. We've seen him on the independent circuit as Brody Lee. He's a great wrestler. He's a great character, and so much untapped potential.
Yep.
In the WWE, it's very frustrating. Apparently, the source close to Vince told the Wrestling Observer newsletter that Vince just didn't get him, which I think we all knew. I think that's pretty...
It's pretty abundantly clear, given that he's sort of moved around gimmicks and he's never really been given that chance to shine on his own.
It's very frustrating. Vince was, after seeing him at Fan Access, was not impressed.
Yeah.
But then said, why is he not in the armbar? Why is he not in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania? Which is why he sort of made his return to, I guess, prominent TV, if you want to call it. Yeah. In this unannounced thing, he was just there in the ring. He had a brief altercation with Braun Strowman, was later eliminated, and that was it. It's very clear that they don't have any idea what to do with him.
No.
And it's such a shame because, as I say, he's a hell of a talent, and for Vince not to get that is, yeah, it's weird.
It just doesn't make much sense to me, but, we're never going to understand how that mind works, are we?
Absolutely. I mean, this is just what we've been told via the Wrestling Observer newsletter. I don't know. If he's there for, realistically, until his contract expires, he's got at least a year left on that.
Yeah.
There were all sorts of rumours about him going to All Elite, all of this stuff. It looks like that's not going to be happening, but given what's been reported today, don't expect to see him in any prominent role anytime soon, and that sucks. And finally, it is time for all of the NXT spoilers from last night's tapings at Full Sail University, and there is a lot to get through here.
Yeah, if you don't want to know spoilers, then yeah.
Go and watch a different video, but one of ours, all right? So first off, there has been a replacement on commentary, and that is Beth Phoenix taking over Percy Watson's job.
Just for these tapings or full-time?
No, I believe full-time.
Oh,
Thoughts?
Okay. It's going to be interesting to mix it up. I don't know, until I hear Beth Phoenix on commentary, I don't know.
I don't know. I think she's been all right. She's done the odd guest spot on commentary. I think she's fine as a commentator, in the same way that I feel that Percy Watson is fine as a commentator.
Her Hall of Fame induction speech proved, if anything, she could just ramble on for so,
Well, that's just what we want, isn't it, from our commentary. Moving on to big debuts. These are in a dark match, we believe. Yep. One of them is Trevor Lee, who is terrific. Very, very excited. And the other man in that match is also a debuting Shane Strickland, if I can get my words out, who is also, the stuff that guy can do is unbelievable. I wouldn't worry too much about the result of this. Trevor Lee defeated Shane Strickland, but it is likely a dark match. It's likely to see how they work in a TV setup. Just really excited about having both of those guys on the roster.
I just want to make sure they do something good with them. That's all. Yeah,
no, 100%, both of them. Trevor Lee, such a great character.
Yeah.
Such a great character. Next up, the Viking Raiders War Experience Machine. The Viking Raiders come out for a promo segment, and they said that they've started raiding War now, which we all knew, and they can't see anyone in NXT beating them. So they want William Regal to come out and accept their vacation of the titles. But hold on. William Regal comes out, and then the Street Profits come out, and the Profits challenge Raiders to a title match later tonight, which we will get to very shortly. We then have Kushida over Kona Reeves.
Yep.
And then Drew Gulak comes out staring down Kushida, watching him as he wrestles. Can you imagine what's wrong?
I know Kushida's going to end up in 205 Live. I know that he's going to end up in 205 Live, but
I hope not.
Drew Gulak has no friends at the minute on 205 Live, and that's the whole story.
Yeah.
He's lost Gallagher, he's lost Humberto Carrillo, and he needs more cronies. He needs more buddies that can have his back. And if he's going to try and Kushida,
he wants Kushida.
Yeah.
He wants Kushida. We will get to that match very shortly.
Okay.
I can't wait to see that when it's broadcast.
Yeah, it'll be a hell of a match. But
so good.
I was just sort of losing my mind at the prospect of them working together as a mismatched team on 205 Live.
Who knows? The original odd couple, right? It worked for Goldust and Booker. We then get the Street Profits versus the Viking Raiders.
Yeah.
But it ends in a DQ after the Forgotten Sons come out and brawl, and then Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan join the fray.
Yeah.
And then they leave the title belts in the ring. So they have officially now. It hasn't aired yet, of course, but they've vacated the titles,
right? Which
I think is a shame, personally.
Yeah, I mean, you could have used their momentum to really get somebody else over, and I don't like. There's a lot of natural storyline building between the Suns and Burch and Lorcan, but I don't really think there's the tag division's heating up. But I would have preferred if they were able to put over a team on their way out.
Yeah, I agree. I think it is a shame. It fits their character, I guess, in that they are pretty unstoppable and all that, but at the same time, it would be nice for them to pass the torch in some small way. We then get a Velveteen Dream promo segment. He says he's in high demand right now, and then who interrupts him? Tyler Breeze. And Tyler Breeze says that it's become full of knockoffs and poor imitation since he left, but there's only one Prince Pretty. Nice. Velveteen Dream replies that NXT wants real men and he can't just come back home because he can't hack it on the main roster. I can't wait to see this promo. This sounds really, really good. Breeze wants a title shot. Dream offers him a selfie instead. He accepts it and then bang! Attacks VD,
Purple Patrick.
We then get a debut, 3.0. Scott Parker and Shane Matthews debut as Team 3.0, a creative.
All right,
yeah, no, I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
That's nice. And then they have a match with Imperium, Fabian Eichner and Marcel Bartel. They defeat Team 3.0, who are now rebranded as Jeff Parker and Matt Lee.
Right.
Then we get a four-way for the vacant tag team titles. That is now announced for TakeOver. That will be the Undisputed Era Street Profits versus Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan versus the Forgotten Sons. A four-way. We'll get to that. There's a bit more coming up there as well, which is exciting.
Yep.
Candice LeRae.
Over Reina Gonzalez. Yeah, that makes sense because Candice is climbing her way up the women's division.
And then who comes out and attacks her but Shayna Baszler, of course. And then Io Shirai makes the save with Kendo Stick.
Yep.
Which I guess is setting up maybe a triple threat for TakeOver, which is a match that I would definitely like to see as well.
Yeah.
This is all sounding really good on paper.
It sounds really good. It sounds really good, but I just hope that they don't thrust Candice too quickly into that spotlight because they're building up like a whole story of her getting her way all the way up there. So
we then get the Undisputed Era versus Johnny Gargano and Matt Riddle. This was set up earlier in a previous week's tapings via a promo. And then post-match, the Undisputed Era beat the babyfaces down.
Makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm all for that. Mia Yim defeats Bianca Belair.
Yep.
Happy with that. I think Mia Yim's really come into her own recently.
She has, yeah. Since she started finding her own feet, and her character's developed a lot. And yeah, I just think she's starting to put on some really good matches.
And then we get Kushida defeating Drew Gulak in what is apparently a really fantastic match.
Okay.
And it doesn't look like it's all over yet because after the match, Drew is arguing the ref that he actually kicked out. So we're going to see more from that. I can't wait to see those two wrestle. Obviously, Kushida's going to come out on top.
Yeah, but I mean, both
Drew's
guys, such
Drew's
technical knowledge, it's going to be great.
And finally, Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan versus the Forgotten Sons ends in a DQ because the Street Profits run in to return the favour from earlier.
Right.
And then the Undisputed Era come out, and then this is the interesting bit, end up beating everyone down with a ladder.
Okay, so we're going to have a four-way ladder match for the NXT.
For the vacant NXT tag titles, the War Raiders.
You can't go wrong with that.
That sounds absolutely
Sounds
marvellous. That
amazing.
could very easily... Speaking too early here, but that could be one of the matches of the night. They're all matches of the night. It's
matches
NXT.
of the year.
It's NXT. That's going to be absolutely fantastic. That's it. It's all airing soon. Can't wait to see it all. Yeah. Sam's doing graded for it. Enjoy. See you later. Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. You can follow us on Twitter at Cultaholic. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Cultaholic. If you enjoy what we do here at Cultaholic, you can pledge to us on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Cultaholic. And most importantly, don't forget to hit subscribe and join us.